Ronda Rousey joining us. I was looking forward to talking to you. I saw the HBO Real Sports profile, and I just loved your personality. I wasn't sure what I was going to get, but are they surprised sometimes when they are around you to get that personality instead of somebody who comes off as tough in the ring?
Yeah, a lot of people have a lot of preconceived notions about what I should be like, and I don't know. A lot of people are like, "Wow, you're not a jerk" when I when I meet them. That's mostly the reaction I get.
But do they expect you to be physically imposing, or because there's a soft side to you? I mentioned you could be Jennifer Lawrence's, older sister. There was a soft side to you that you are presenting. Is that on purpose?
No, I mean, I just try and be myself as much as possible. I wasn't trying to be particularly soft or particularly tough. I'm just trying to be as honest as possible because I'm not creative enough to be a good liar, So sometimes it's people get answers that they don't really expect because I think my filter button's broken. But I don't think of it as being like vulgar or anything like that, or being. I just like thinking of I'm refreshingly unfiltered. That's what it is. That's what I like to call it.
And you also talked about the, selling sex sells, or the sexuality of this, and you said you understand it. But as far as dating, how are guys towards you with what you do?
I mean, they're cool about it and stuff, but the dating part's been a little bit difficult because, I mean, I'm an extremely difficult person to be with. I travel around all the time, and I train with a bunch of guys all the time, and it's just I require a lot of effort, and I guess no one that I like has thought that I'm worth the effort so far. But whatever, I'm busy with my career right now, and I'm not looking for anything. If someone happens to come along, well, I'm here.
But if you're training with guys, is part of that you don't want them to treat you as a woman when you get in there and train with them, or are they supposed to at least keep that in mind that you're still a woman?
I don't want them to take it easy on me or anything. I want them to train me just like anybody else. But I think the only thing that really matters is respect. You're supposed to respect the people that you train with, regardless of who they are or where they came from. If they're respectful, I'll be respectful, and everyone's happy.
How much pressure is on you?
I don't know. How do you gauge that? I'm at a pressure level of 12. I guess a lot, but I put way more pressure on myself personally. I really want to succeed so much that outside pressure can't ever really compete or compare with the inside pressure I put.
And sometimes we perform because we're afraid, or we're nervous, or there's something that drives us to be great, or we're running away from something. What makes you great?
I don't know.
Do you fight angry?
No, I fight emotionless. I have no emotion when I fight. It's like I'm entirely in the present moment, and I just observe everything, and I make quick, snap decisions off of all those observations, and it's really hard to describe. Even like sometimes when I walk out of the ring, it's like I'm spending so much time on play that I'm not recording. So like I'll walk out and I'll be like, what? I'll remember little snippets of what just happened, but then when I go back and I watch the replay, then I'll remember, oh, I was thinking this here and I was thinking that here. So it's hard to say, but I think I'm just very, very focused in on the moment when I fight.
Ronda Rousey, the MMA fighter, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. I love your backstory, certainly with your mom, who was decorated, in judo and an expert there. But to have you two wrestling around there, there's mom taught you everything, I'm going to guess, but you got to be careful when you're still, on the mat with your mom. I loved it. I thought it was great, but there's part of your mom, it looked like she still wanted to give you a little bit of a test there.
Yeah, she always will. And it's funny. I'm like strangely protective of my mother. So like, I'll whenever I do roll around with her, she's trying to rip my head off, and I'm trying to be technically correct, and so she doesn't have anything to criticize. I'm also trying to make sure that she doesn't get hurt in the least at all, because I mean, when she was doing judo back in the 80s, they didn't have the same medical advances that we have now. So she has a titanium knee. She's had an entire knee replacement, but you would never be able to tell, man. She comes after me every time we play around on the ground.
Where did I hear this rumor that you're in the Hunger Games sequel? Is that true?
Not to my knowledge, but I don't know where that came from. I had like all over my Twitter one day. They're like, "Run into the Hunger Games." Like, I don't even think they're casting for Hunger Games 2 yet.
But don't you look a little bit like Jennifer Lawrence? You could be her older sister.
But she only has a younger sister in the book, so I guess I'm out of luck.
But
I don't know.
A new
if
character.
they come up and ask me something, I mean, I'm a fighter first. That's my priority, and that's what I've been working my whole life for. If something works out where I can conveniently fit it in between fights and we can make it work, then I would love to do it. But for right now, fighting's my priority, and then after I'm done with that, then I'm going to have to find another priority, and maybe that would be movies.
How different would it be if I was around you prior to the fight and after the fight?
Oh, man. Well, before the fight, I really don't want to talk to anybody. I walk right into my locker room, and I take a nap, and then I get up probably like an hour before the fight, and we wrap my hands and warm up and all that. And yeah, I don't like anybody in the room like casually chatting. I like it to be like pretty quiet, and they have the TV playing the fights that are going on live inside the room. And yeah, I'm very irritable before I fight, and then afterward, I'm like the most cuddly koala bear that you've ever seen in your life. I don't have any angry left over. All the stress in the world has been lifted off my shoulders. I would just, I want to sit in bed and watch movies and eat wings, and that's it.
Oh, well, then that would go well with us. We're beer and wings guys, so yeah, we'll bring we'll bring the wings. You talked about being unfiltered, and you talk about meeting Michael Phelps at the Olympics when you were competing. What was it about Michael Phelps that rubbed you the wrong way?
Oh, for that interview, I didn't know I was being filmed. I would have presented my argument in a much better way.
Oh, you didn't know it was?
I kind of said it in gin lingo.
Oh,
but what happened was they have like a couple clubs open for all the Olympians, and like the Dutch team had a Heineken House, and the U.S. team had like the Bud Club, and it's all of us. We're all teammates. We're all there together. It's like this Olympic movement for world peace and camaraderie and all this stuff. And there was like this little section of the they were just like setting up, and I was like, oh, cool, let's check that out. So me and my friend right over there were like, hey, what's going on? They're like, sorry, you guys can't come over here. This is the VIP section for only Michael Phelps.
Wow.
And we were just like, wait a minute. All the NBA superstar guys are over here hanging out with all of us. We're a team, and we're supposed to be hanging out together. We're Olympians. There's no VIP. There's all of us. And it was one of those situations where I thought that was a little bit odd and not really necessary.
You think you could have taken Michael Phelps?
I think I could take anybody. Come on.
Anybody? Really? How about Dana White?
Aha, you're trying to get me in trouble. Oh, no.
Wait, you just told me you could take anybody.
Then that explains the answer. You don't need me to say it. Come on. Are you like headline hunting here?
Yes. Hell yes, I am. Yes.
Oh, well, sorry. You're going to have to be a little more clever if you want to get that done.
Wow. Last time somebody tried, to rough you up outside of the ring. Anybody challenge you?
Outside? Like challenge? Like make it hard?
Yeah, no. Somebody walk up to you, want to challenge you, or you ever have guys say, hey, why don't you put me give me an arm bar here or something?
Yeah, but they say it in a joking way. Like they want to take a picture. I mean, every single fight that I've ever gotten into, I've never gotten away with it. And the repercussions of it were never worth the fight itself. So
outside
I'm very
of
Daniel-san when it comes to fighting.
When you're outside, you've gotten into fights outside of the ring.
Yeah, I mean, self-defense situations. Yeah, I don't, go around and start kicking people.
MMA going to make it in the Olympics?
I don't know, man. I mean, after I see that they're trying to get rid of wrestling, which was one of the inaugural sports of the Olympics, it's one of the first sports that was ever in the original Olympics.
It's
trying
stupid.
To get rid of it.
It's embarrassing.
Things like archery where you don't even break a sweat. I can't even say that there's any real.
Wait! If you're going to do
right now,
but Rhonda, if you're going to do the Hunger Games, they have archery in there. You got to be careful now. You're ripping archery.
I'm not ripping archery. I'm just saying that any activity like archery or golf or pistol shooting, and you don't break a sweat. If you don't break a sweat, it's a skill. Skills are very difficult to acquire, but it's a skill. If you break a sweat doing it, then it's a sport.
All right,
that's my definition.
All right, before I let you go, explain an armbar to our audience.
Well, the armbar that I do is jujikatami, which was the name for it in judo, which is a straight arm lock. And what you do is you take the person's arm and you put it between your legs, hold it on the ground. So you put your legs over, like across their neck, and one across their stomach, and you pull their arm in between your legs, and you hug it to your body, and you lean back, and your back can bend back farther than your elbow can straighten out. So you hold on to the arm until it puts stress onto the joint. And once the person feels that stress, they can tap out and submit. That's why they're called submissions. And if they don't submit, then you can continue to arch your back, and that dislocates the joint.
Oh, it sounds so nice. No, I watched you do it, and I went, oh, boy. Because you can hear it pop, I'm sure, right?
You can feel it. It's a sensitive area.
I thought the profile on HBO Real Sports was great, and loved how it presented you, and wish you the best. Thank you, Ronda. We appreciate you joining us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, Ronda Rousey at Armbar.